Alrighty, ladies and gents, welcome. It's that time again. Hope you're all doing well, guys. YouTube, don't forget, smash that like button. TikTok, smash that screen for me. And without further ado, guys, let's get the show on the road. As always, good morning, good afternoon, and very good evening, no matter where we are around the world. Welcome to another edition of the London session. Looking forward to seeing what we can come up with moving forward here today. What has been a fantastic week yet again on the charts. Had a really good day yesterday, obviously, and it's really set up the week. Gold, in the meantime, continues to push bullish off the back of a bit of news about in regards to the US economy, but otherwise just following structure, doing its thing. So as per the usual, guys, I will have a look at both gold and GJ and any charts as per request. In the meantime, guys, if you could be so kind as to smash the like button on YouTube, TikTok, smash that screen for me. If you have any questions or any charts you'd like me to look at, feel free to send those in and I'll get to those shortly. Let's quickly take a look at the news just to see what we've got in the way of high impact news moving forward here today. Today is Thursday, and what we can see is there is a fair bit of it actually. So we've got, see, this is all right, so I've got it set to GMT time just so I can send it each day into my member group, so because most of them are from the UK or Europe zone. So that's in 15 minutes from now. So in 20, yeah, just a little more than 15 minutes from now, about 24 minutes or so from now, we've got some high impact news for the euro. So that may impact the pound, sorry. And obviously we've got 30 minutes into London session, we've got some high impact news for the pound, so another big day. And also moving forward into the NY session, there is some news just after the open, so plenty to look forward to those who are on the charts. In the meantime, guys, let's get underway and let's take a look at the beast that is gold. And I will turn that music down a little bit, those on YouTube. All right, so starting with gold and staying in the weekly time frame, what we can see is once again it is forming now a very strong bullish candle. Once again, we do not have a wick in the opposite side to the current straight wall in the opposite side to the current push. Sorry, one of my words up. We have now broken high of that previous candle. We are engulfing off the back of that. In my opinion, there is a much higher probability we will continue to trend bullish. So based off that, basically going to be looking for levels within this current weekly candle for price to potentially pull back to form a support at yet again, and to push back bullish and potentially break the high and create a high. So strong bullish on the weekly. Onto the daily, and a bit of a resistance here to the left, but we have broken above it. Counter probabilities are also to the upside. Similar to the weekly, we don't have a low wick on the current daily candle. Doesn't necessarily need to create one, doesn't mean it won't create one, but we'll mark that in either way and see what we've got below it. We'll also mark in the current daily candles high and see what we've got above that level. Looks like we made some clean options, perhaps either side of the daily candle at this rate. Onto the 4 hours, the structure was bullish, by the way, in the daily. 4 hour structure is also technically bullish. Respecting a resistance here to the left though, and we are about to close the current candle in just over 6 minutes. So off the back of that, structure is bullish, but could we possibly get involved in some counter trend sell options off the back of the rejection at the previous level here to the left? That is normally one requirement I would look for if I was to counter trend trade. I want to see price at a higher time frame resistance, rejecting it with the counter closing in the same direction of the rejection on that higher time frame, in this case the 4 hour. Off the back of that, look for options to counter trend trade. Also just got support the daily low. We'll mark something in here on the 30, and also that is the level. So long as we remain above, we will still remain bullish in structure on the 30-minute time frame as well. So what I will likely be looking for moving forward today is I would preference the buys. I definitely would prefer to buy it. So the options for the buys are either upon the pullback towards that 33.15 sort of region, be looking for a price action catalyst from that point there, for a buy. Further options above the resistance here, so we have rejected them once, so I would like the current price action to approach the current daily candles high, begin to pop above that point there and above the 4-hour resistance itself around at 33.47.56 for some potential buys above the 4-hour resistance. That is on again the 15 or 30. Now as far as counter trend sells, to be honest, again, the 4 hours about to close. I wouldn't want to take it straight away into a new 4-hour candle because there's a chance the 4-hour could create, if it is to continue to reject the zone, there's a good chance it's going to pull back up to create the upper wick. And to be honest, I'd rather get involved on a potential sell counter trend upon a pullback as the new 4-hour creates this upper wick, as opposed to continuation sell for the time being. I may consider a continuation sell further into the 4-hour candle, but for the time being, I'd rather wait for it to pop back up and just focus on the buys otherwise. So that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing, guys. Looking for options to buy it at this rate, unless the new 4-hour presents me a potential sell counter trend sell option. That is my opinion of gold. Pretty simple one. We are very bullish, and hopefully it makes sense, guys. Let me know. Smash that like button, smash that screen. Just seeing if I can draw in another zone here. I'll leave it for the time being. We'll move on to GJ. Apologies, guys. I gave myself a nice old cut shaving before the stream, so it's wiping away the blood. A little bit too much information there. All right, on to GJ. And let's start the weekly. And again, so now we are forming strong bearish. We have a low high, low low, and looking very similar to the previous move, and the previous rejection of that 194 region to the left hand side here. Based off that, I feel there's a high probability we could continue bearish. Let's mark in the current daily candles low and weekly candles low and move on to the daily time frame. That itself still technically bullish, but created quite a significant upper wick on the current daily candle, only to reject, break the low of the previous. Get off the back of that, I feel there's a high probability that price could continue to the downside. Structurally, we are bullish on the 4-hour time frame, definitely bearish. And good thing is we're finally popped below this support, which was really troublesome for price to break below. So we might find we're into some cleaner traffic now on GJ below the current daily candles low. So we'll just mark that in. We'll mark in this is the most recent resistance. We know we're bearish in structure, and we can make our way down to the 30-minute time frame. Just shift this across a little bit. So the 30-minute is also bearish. It did flip bullish, but it's flipped back bearish, obviously creating that low low. At this rate, interesting. There's the pullback. So that's the low. We've created a lower low. This could actually flip back bullish shortly on the closure of this candle, guys, technically. But I still would prefer to sell unless we begin to pop above this point here. We begin to pop above 192.730. We're back, really back at that 4-hour support from yesterday. We're starting to pop back above it. Made a clean push from the upside down, or clean drop down beside to the left hand side of that. We made a clean move up. So off the back of that, could have some potential buy options. Now, I'd be very strict with it. I really want to wait for a closure above. So closure above that point, retest, and then look for a potential option to buy it. Otherwise, guys, what I'm going to be looking for is to see how price reacts to 192.60, 70. Maybe look for sells from that point there. We don't really have much margin though. And otherwise prioritize a sell below 192.290. We've got some pretty clean traffic to the left there as well, below the current daily candles low. So seeing that is the support at the low. If we were to now continue bullish, we don't really have much of a need to pop back down and retest or break our own low. If we do so, that is when I'm going to start to contemplate options to sell it. So that is pretty much it, guys, on both GJ and gold. Mumbled my way through that one. Hopefully it's understood nonetheless. And gold, the candle's closing on the 4-hour here. leaving a long lower wick as well. Not a strong candle, so just a bit of a wait and see for the time being on the gold, guys. No rush, as we know. We sit tight, wait for the right confirmation. In the meantime, who we got here today? Quiet bunch so far. Bartman, Lazy Crypto Man, Franco, good morning to you guys. TikTok to the 45 of you on stream right now. Appreciate it. Thank you. Welcome to the new followers as well. Let me skim through the chat, see if I've missed anything. Mark, good day to you. Hope you're well, brother. Welcome. Would like to say good day to all of you, but it'll take me forever. S266222862. Yes, this is gold. MagicKeys 3280 then up. Maybe, who knows? Chance the fire still has 3 hours, depending on which broker you're using, mate. So which broker you're charting on. I would suggest using one that lines up with your particular broker. So yeah, you'll find each broker's, well, not all of them, but some of them will have a slightly different time. So yes, some will have 3 hours left, some will be closing just now. David Craig, welcome to you again. I'm looking for buys on gold, waiting for it to come between 33.15, 33.19. Yep, I think that's a good option too. Yeah, actually, the chart I sent to my member group, I did have this marked up. Oops, to that point there. That's the level I had it marked in at. So yeah, I agree. Ran at 32.20 to 15. Really below it. Maybe start to contemplate options to sell it. You'll have a 30-minute structure flip by that point if it closes below. IFTI, what's the platform you use? Actually, I have found all of them a scam, such as IQ options. Platform to execute trades is MetaTrader, mate. MetaTrader is not a scam, it's just the standard platform the Forex brokers use. Maybe the broker's a scam, I'm not sure. My broker's not, definitely not. I don't get any kickbacks from them as well, so they're just a reliable broker, ASIC regulated, so you less likely have issues for anything under ASIC regulations, so strict here in Australia. And this is obviously TradingView, so it's not connected to my terminal. Narendra, morning to you. Lucas Marsh in a gold buy at the moment, nice one. Using my reversal strategy. Okay, nice one, mate. I was looking at again today. I was on the chart for a not long, to be honest. I was doing some work on the computer. Here, the exact same candle, exact same time of day. I tell you, every day, 11 a.m. my time. It's always this candle. Yesterday, I took advantage of it on the buys as it flew up. And here today, liquidity candle potentially would have been the option, but liquidity candle play. But to be honest, for me to be more happy about that, I would have wanted it to actually happen above this resistance. If this formation just here actually happened just above the resistance where we broke the candles low on the 15 anyway, we broke the low and then went on to break the high into clean traffic. So I would have preferred if these two in particular, these two candles, if that would have occurred just above this point here, that would have been enough for me to take the entry. But nonetheless, good to see make a nice move again in that time of day, that I may mention many times for you guys. To my members, let me allow you guys in before I forget. Good to see a few well, some new faces with charts as well. Thank you, team. I like chart from Jamie, and there was some clean charts there on gold and GJ, basically exact same as what I was looking at, which is good. Marked in levels for structure flips, that's also really good to know. It's a nice one. Bjorn, good morning to you. Arturo, what trend you got? Gold, very bullish. Over Craig, yeah, as far as level. $2 to $2. Welcome to you. Tommy, good morning to you, mate. Franco, GJ's dumping, is it? Oh, it is. Yeah, but news, that's why. That's off the back of the Euro news. There is more pound news to come shortly. Or potential Euro news. It's not yet been released. But I've mentioned this on the stream as well many times that the Euro high impact news for the for Germany and France does impact the pound. You watch the spreads on the pound also go crazy for a bit. GU tends to bop about around that time, and then obviously we've got the pound news to come a little later on, so it doesn't make it easy to get involved in anything on the pound right now, to be honest. But what it could do is open up the charts a bit, create some clean traffic, which will give us, you know, once price returns to those levels, a more probable move if we get involved, if we manage to get a signal. Absolutely dumping just now. Is the pound against the dollar dumping? No, so this could be something to do with the yen actually. Let's have a look at EJ, same thing. Let's have a look at UJ just quickly. Yeah, so something with the yen by the looks of it. Alright, so maybe it's got nothing to do with the news out of, well, coming out of the Eurozone shortly. But we'll see. James Webb, large bearish engulfing candle forming on. Yep. Welcome, by the way, mate. Good to have you on the stream. Franco, look at financial juice. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, definitely more up to date usually when it comes to breaking news, but nothing seems to be happening here. Here's some news out of Bank of Japan. Focus on bond taper plan for next fiscal year onward should be to avoid disrupting markets. Bank of Japan doesn't need to rush in trimming its huge bond holdings. Okay. So interesting. Maybe that's got something to do with it. Not too sure, to be honest. No face crypto, hello to you. Good luck you. Good luck to you too. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. YouTube guys, if you, those who haven't smashed that like button, make sure to do so because there's hardly anyone on the stream. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do with YouTube. Obviously winning isn't good enough for the YouTube stream. Maybe I ought to just take 100 trades a stream and, you know, lucky if I win a half and people will be happy because they're in and out every second like the casino. Not how I roll. 3333, the magic number on gold minute. Bitcoin at all-time highs. Did mention it early in the week. It's a good chance that we could head up and crack the all-time high again. Some of these alts are also pushing as that for a stop hunt. Yeah, but Bitcoin now, I mean, it's into uncharted territory, so who knows? Who knows? Oh, Sniper expect new highs, gold before August. Yeah, I think there's a good chance. It's just all the shit happening. Bonds being dumped onto the market. Yeah, bonds being dumped back into onto the market, and that inflating the US dollar. So I wouldn't be surprised to see the DXY continue bearish, gold continue up. Gold, irrespective of the DXY, has been up, you know, for the best part of 2 years now. It's kept moving up, even when DXY was moving up. Even when interest rates were moving up, gold was moving up, which is usually quite the opposite. So gold has just been doing its own thing. That's because it's a physical asset, it's a safe asset, it's the only tier 1 asset in the world, according to the Bank of International Settlements, other than the US dollar. Tommy, don't leave us. I'm just not sure. I don't know what's going on here. TikTok as well. The numbers were down yesterday. It's a little bit down again today. $2 could be a sell option on GJ. Thing is, it's made a big push and it's come from the middle of nowhere. So you just need to let it reset, mate. I wouldn't be chasing it just now, no way. You're waiting for this 15 to close, waiting for a weak bullish pause on the next M15, and then I may consider it. But again, it's highly unlikely at this stage. You got news to come, and it looks like it's made a pretty significant move down to the target, so it's probably not going to be the margin. It's just one of those ones. There is really nothing you can do about it. There's going to be someone out there saying, yeah, I sold it 60 pips up or whatever. What confirmation you had, I have no idea. And you just need to let it do its thing and not chase it. Because as soon as you try to jump in, now, it could continue bearish, but there's a very good chance it's just going to pull back up, take you out, and then shit the bed moving forward. If you just waited patiently for the right signal, you may have been able to get involved as well. Gold Sniper, is a lot of companies buying gold and not for very good reasons, have been researching it for not very well. I think it's a pretty good thing to be buying gold irrespective of whatever reason, to be honest. It's safe, it's legal, it's legal tender, it's proper money, it's gold's money. It's not paper, it's not crap, it's not, you know, can't just disappear at a click of a button or whatever. It's physical gold. If you hold it as well, then what can they do? Need to look into YouTube algorithm. Yeah, done it. Still have no idea how it works, but it is what it is. It's good to buy gold, but yeah, I mean, it's losing money value, which puts prices up. Yeah, it's money depreciating. That's why gold is going up. So, I mean, you guys know what I think of precious metals in general. You can't go wrong with it, to be honest. Every opportunity, yeah. Anyway. James, you saw a Bentley the other day with number plate BY3 gold, buy gold. Nice one. Well, it's a store of wealth, but I mean, for a lot of people, it's increased their wealth enormously over the past few years. So, for me, it's safe as house, safer than a house, to be honest. Gold Sniper, gold safe haven for making money. That's why I trade it. Yeah, if you know how to trade it, obviously it can be very beneficial. Nothing for me just yet, by the way, guys. So just chilling. Senzu, funny how everyone just stops investing at the same time. Investing in what, in gold or? Right, gambling 101. What is gambling 101? Mark, gold will always be a appreciating asset. Yeah, I believe so as well. I'm a perma-bull on gold. Lazy Crypto Man. Do you have any platinum? No, it's something I've been contemplating. I think that's another very, or really undervalued precious metal. Not quite as much use case for it as silver, but there definitely is use case for it. It's harder to find. I think it's harder to extract from the ground as well, I think. It's obviously the value of it, at one point it was worth more than gold, but not anymore. Just harder to get your hands on it, to be honest. I know of a few bullion dealers that do actually have some and stock it, but premiums are quite high, I find. Gold looking all right for a very, very risky or impulsive sell, but I'm not going to personally take it. You know, weak pause, you're breaking a pause, but the structure is very bullish, so I'm just going to chill for the time being. All right, so we've had the first lot of news out of the euro. Let's see. Or have we not? That's strange. Oh, Sniper no trades at all this week. Makes a change. That's a big change. Lazy Crypto Man, 100 ounces of gold bought you a house 100 years ago. 100 ounces of gold buys you a house, buys you. Yeah, well, that's it. You know, the same amount of cash would not get close to, I mean, wouldn't even buy a bloody kitchen sink these days. Gold Sniper, does anyone have real gold? Yeah, I have a little bit. Sound investment. Not that this is any advice, but so I'll wait for a retest console GJ. Yeah, possibly. That's possibly your next option, to be honest. You need it to reset now. There's nothing you can do about that. Just dropped in the middle of nowhere. Not sure the news about these times. I don't know if they're off or what the deal is, but oh, okay. It's in an hour from now. All right. I think that must be standard time that's set to. I don't know. I have to figure that out. Anyway, forget it. Narendra, bro, thanks for learning me patience. I used to jump in. Nice one. Happy to hear it. You know, what about GJ? Yeah, so it's just made a move from the middle of nowhere. I just need to let it reset. There's nothing here. So what I mean by letting it reset, now probably the best scenario for me would be to wait and see if you get a weak bullish closure here on this M15, which will still close the M30 below support, creating another minor support below the support. And if that was to be the case, then maybe there's a potential sell option haven't quite tapped into target. There is still room to the downside, which is a good thing. So if this candle was to perhaps look something like, let me just draw it up quickly. Was to close looking a little like so. Bit of volume just now. Preference would be for it to tap in. If it closed like that, then I'd be looking to potentially sell it on the following candle as it begins to break the low of the week pause M15. Snap, yeah, there's plenty of news today. Heaps of news for both the pound, euro, and the US dollar. Lazy Crypto Man, hope US dollar has lost 90% of its buying power since the start of the Fed. Yeah, that's true. Definitely has. But again, it's dollars depreciated. Gold. I mean, now. Oops, sorry. Gold just keeps going up. I mean, it's irrespective because again, it's just it's a safe way forward. I gotta be careful. I gotta be careful how I say it. I don't want to word it correctly, otherwise I might get a ban. Got some analysis from Franco here on GU, I'm assuming. Looking for. So, all right, so waiting for price to break out of consolidation. It's bullish, so that's why I think you're only looking for the buys. Buys from here or above the resistance looks pretty good. Let me take a quick look on my side of things.
Hey, good morning, Justin.
How are you going, mate? Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. I'm a little bit pissed off. I had some issues with my lease car yesterday.
Oh, that's not good.
And need to go today again. So, yeah.
Pain in the ass, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, a little bit difficult on GU today, to be honest. So especially for cells, need to create some structure.
Yeah, it's just consoling.
For price, maybe there would be something there.
Yeah. And it sells don't look bad below support, but the issue is it's against the actual structure itself as well.
I would wait until correct if you look on the daily base, and if we maybe break the low of this current daily candle, maybe there are some sales coming into play because we are rejecting maybe then the resistance, the daily resistance there.
Yeah, flipping back bearish, breaking its own low.
Yeah.
Yep.
So and even if we are breaking the low there, which we have marked,
you've got
need some
support,
some structure to create.
Yeah, you got a bit of support there.
Yeah, so makes it a little bit difficult.
Yeah, I'd probably consider it below the back of price breaking, closing below the consolidation. The daily would flip back bearish. For maybe a quick counter trend sell. But I understand what you mean. I can see it. And plus there's so much news about, or is a good chance that, you know, it's gonna consolidate until then. Might look like it's gonna break up or down and just pulls all the way back.
Yeah, correct. So that's what I mentioned. So it's not clear and not easy to trade GU today.
Yeah. I'll make a bit of a move down. Fair enough. All right. Let's wait on GJ.
GJ is for me completely a mess. So if yesterday in the evening my time, So there was this spike to the upside on all yen pairs.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know if there was some news there. To be honest, I didn't understand the news from yesterday evening. There is something with the FX rates. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Probably Bank of Japan.
Yeah, there was some Japan and the US were talking together.
Yeah. I think it was the Bank of Japan basically agreed not to dump the bonds on the onto the market. I think that was what came out of it. So maybe off the back of that, I'm not sure though.
And also, which I mentioned right now, also there is some news maybe which causes this dumping on the GJ.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not sure. Nothing's really come up, so.
Yeah, but these are huge moves at the end. Yeah, so it's not.
Yeah, it's something at the end.
Small, so it's very big.
Yep, from the middle of nowhere. So I'm just gonna wait and see if this closes weak bullish. We're tapped in, which is good. All right, so let's now mark it up. Where does it need to close? It needs to close below 0.382. Now I can look for a potential impulse entry. At this rate, could muck about, pop back into the range above. There's nothing. Gold making a nice move down. Okay. Nice price action. May have missed one there, but it's all good. All good. Wait and see what presents. No rush. So Jay, which pair is this? This is gold. That was GU before and GJ. Jay Coletti, when his news in 45 minutes from now. I gotta readjust this time. I'll just change it back to local time. Yeah, that's better. Buyer there, McDonald. News. It's there's high impact news for the euro, the pound. So you got flash PMI for manufacturing services, PMI for Germany, France, for Great Britain as well, and also for the US dollar later on, plus unemployment claims. So it's a big day across the board for news. Tomorrow as well, there is more high impact news for the pound. So yeah, pretty big end to the week for the pound. TikTok, guys, smash that screen for us, please, if you could. Let's get more onto the stream. There's not that many today for whatever reason. And there's no one on YouTube. Is there something going on with the algorithm? 15 people, that's... Don't know if it's lying to me or what. Gold Snuff Financial Dudes, yeah, it is good. Laser Crypto Man, Gold Snuff, yeah, I have Gold, Silver and Platinum, yep. Got Gold also, Laser Crypto Man, Gold Hedge Against Inflation, yep. 30 EU. Oh, looks pretty terrible, to be honest, just consolidating. But however, let's quickly do the analysis. Weekly, strong, bullish, daily. Structurally, still actually bullish. Have almost tapped into resistance here, not quite. Let's just mark in the current daily low and high and see what we've got either side of it. Not much, to be honest. It looks terrible. 4 hours just consolidating. So it's 4 hours tapped in sort of level here to the left. and it is so far respecting it. It's a very tricky level it's currently at. Just consolidating below the resistance here, so possibly options below it for some potential entries. It is bullish in structure onto the 30. Would there be a catalyst to sell on the 30? All right, perfect. So this is what I love to see. Price is tapped into a key level, high time frame resistance. It's formed support just below. It's also the same level where the structure, if it was to close below, is going to flip bearish on the 30. So therefore, technically below that wick, but price was to begin to close below 113.107 after rejecting the 4-hour resistance. I'd be looking to sell it. Let it close below, retest, and for me it's a very high probability trade. That point there, daily as well, would have broken its own low, so that's again another bit of added confidence after rejecting resistance yesterday. As for buy options, may have the margin. Let's quickly look at the 15. Gotta incorporate those highs. It's a bit tricky to buy because you don't have a great deal of margin range, straight some more resistance here to the left. I'd rather just buy it from the pullback. So if it, I'd be waiting for it to come back down to 113, 150 for form support above it. Be looking at for options to buy it. If it drops below it, I'd be looking for options to sell it. Hopefully that makes sense. Gold sniper, good place for people to put their money with geopolitical issues, uncertainty. Yeah, gold. Laser Crypto Man. I'm the same, to be honest. Stored. Don't have it sitting under the bed. It is stored, but I'm able to go. I've been to the place. I'm able to go whenever I want. I'm able to also request shipping, or just I can take it literally if I go there and ask to take whatever I want off my stack. Gold sniper, yeah, I'm not sure why, to be honest. Ladies and Ninja, g'day to you. Mine's in my hot little hand. It's a Crypto Man. Yeah, look, I got it a little bit because I just like having it here, but not all of it. It's not a little bit too much to hold all, to be honest. Gold sniper, which gold go up to 10k overnight? I don't, to be honest, because I want to accumulate more of physical, precious metals, and if gold flies, silver is just eventually it's gonna pop. And mark my words, silver is one of the best opportunities of the future, in my opinion. It generally lags behind gold, but once it gets going, it definitely moves more than gold. It doesn't take as much to move it. Vert, what am I using for trading? MetaTrader 5 is what I execute on. TradingView is what I chart on. There, am I in a trade on gold? No. Tony Da Vinci, this is gold. Any TP? Well, there is no TP, there's no trade, just waiting. Tony, what time? I don't have a crystal ball, mate. That's the thing with trading, and people have to understand this. You can't just say, right, 5 p.m. my time, is London open? What am I doing? Am I buying or selling? And I'm just have to choose. You don't. You just need to wait. You have your plan. You do your analysis, and you wait to use your edge when price moves to the levels that you want to get involved in. That's what you simply need to do. You can't just, right, it's time to buy, time to sell. Let's pop the chart. Let's quickly look at EU here, right? Candles forming bearish. Let's just sell it. Doesn't work like that. And as soon as you can understand that and follow your analysis, stick to a strict plan and some solid rules, the better you'll be off for it. Trust me. I understand it's, you know, can be exhilarating pressing a button and seeing, you know, the blue light up on your screen, and all of a sudden you got this cash that all you did was press a button and it appears in your account. But it can easily go the other way, and you can lose it even quicker if you're not careful. So the way I treat it as a job. I treat it like a business. It's not gambling to me. That's how it should be treated, to be honest. Am I in the UK? No, I'm in Australia, mate. But a good day to you. Hope you're well. There, yeah, MetaTrader 5, mate. Narendra. Naz. Looks like GJ. Does that not look like GJ? Very similar. How did GJ close, by the way? Forgot to even check, but anyway, closed too strong. So next option is for the 30, but it's not going to look as clean as 15. We'll wait and see. If it keeps rejecting this zone, then maybe there's still options on GJ soon. Now, I suppose I'm gonna have a look again. I wouldn't touch it this time of day. The weekly is still rejecting. I think off the back of the news as well. Is the bubble gonna burst? This is just the lower high in the higher time frame picture, potentially, but still got enough time for it to flip back bullish. So at this rate though, let's just mark in the low of the current weekly. It's also marking the high. Daily structure is still bullish, but counter probabilities, if we begin, well, that was a very strong bearish candle. If we begin to break the low of that candle, there's a high probability we could continue to the downside. 4-hour structure, still the way I see it, technically bullish. It has respected a last significant high low at this point here. We'll likely be dragging this zone down once we go down to the M30, and we'll likely add a zone somewhere around here. But again, seeing it's technically bullish, have closed a pretty strong bullish candle on the previous. The current one has no upper wick. 30, quickly on 15 actually. All right, it's the same zone. So I just drag this across, and I would use lowest point of any bullish candle. It's just consolidating. So for me, 30 is bearish. It's not going to flip back bullish till back above the highs. However, if we begin to pop above the most recent resistance formed on the move down, which is this point here, let me mark it in, 21,217, 218, that sort of level. We'll start to pop above that point there. We do have clean traffic to the left. Once again, the high time frames are still technically bullish as well, so it could make another move back up. Otherwise, I'd be looking for a price to pull back up, reject that zone, and look for an option to sell it. And further sells yet again below the support, just above the daily low here. Let me mark it in at 21,031.68 to be exact. Our starting bank target for gold is 5. Yeah, JP Morgan. No, actually, I think they had 4,000 target, or 4,500, something like that. Yeah, target means exactly, it means nothing. Thomas platform, this is TradingView. MetaTrader, it's a trade on MetaTrader 5, MT5. Tony Da Vinci, no, I do not use bots. Eddie, a bit of that. It's my own, basically. It's based off price action. It's not just buying from support, selling from resistance. I have ways to get involved within the range. I have ways to get involved either side of the range. It's a lot more than that. But yes, I do like to, you know, concentrate on those levels, the 4-hour and the minor time frame levels for potential entry points. But again, I've got a lot more ways to get involved. I've got limit orders. I've got limit orders within a range, and you might be thinking, well, what's that based on? But that's what I call the interruption play. That's something you would probably have only heard of on this stream. Yeah, there's more than just, you know, buy from support, sell from resistance. But I do enjoy taking those trades as well. Chris, morning to you. Fat Shuck Dow's, welcome to you again. Still more upside left. Potentially, yes, gold. Tony Da Vinci, again, it's no one's business. It's not huge lots, but it is enough to see some decent returns and also some significant losses as well. Catch gold today. I'm still bullish. Price action a little bit indecisive right now. Would have preferred for it to pop down because we're not quite tapped into anything at this stage, to be honest. But we have left a couple of long wicks to the downside for whatever reason. But I still don't really see a level. I mean, we've got that further to the left, but to be honest, pushed through it most recently without any issue. So I'd be more focused on 33.20 as the level could likely pull back to and bounce off. Otherwise, still this rate possibly above this resistance. We've just needed up for our zone a little bit, which I may do. There, will you be putting on a trade in live? I do if it presents, yeah. There's only been one live in the past about 2.5 weeks that I haven't. That was Tuesday. Sometimes it rains entry, sometimes we get more than one entry. Sometimes we don't get an entry for 2-3 days on stream. So I just stick to doing what I do best, and I just waiting patiently for my catalyst to present at the levels I want to get involved. They do present, I'm more than happy to call it. More than happy to put the little thing up so you guys can follow. I'm more than happy to tell you exactly what the entry is and all that. But I can't promise there's going to be a trade. I don't know. I just need to wait. It all comes down to just waiting patiently for your signals to present at the levels you would like to get involved. That's it. Tony Da Vinci, nah, 9 hours at the moment. I think you're fine. It's NZ, probably 12 hours ahead. 11 or 12, something like that. But Shuck Dow's. Watch out for 109k zone. Once we break, it's on the 4-hour expected correction towards 105, at least on what Bitcoin. It must be talking about Bitcoin. There is no, I mean, the zone was the most recent resistance, the all-time high. So it's broken above it. If we retest it and form support above it, no reason why it couldn't pull up and create a new all-time high again. A pullback to 105 would be healthy, in my opinion. Very healthy. Can't say I'm a big fan of Bitcoin pumping. Bring us back some bad memories. Hold on, let me check something. I bet you I know why there's no one on YouTube today. Maybe not. Eddie, you trade in balance and order blocks 4 hour for trading, and nah, not at all. I don't trade fair value apps. I don't trade imbalances. Yeah, support resistance, you call them order blocks maybe, I don't know. But no, I don't trade imbalances or anything like that. Again, it's price action. Dana, I've seen you use the Fibonacci tracing before, but mine of it sits the same. I'm not sure why that would be, to be honest. Maybe the settings are slightly different. I don't know, mate, to be honest. Maybe you're drawing it upside down. Maybe you, I don't know. No idea, to be honest. I can't help you out. No. Sorry, mate. Miho, I'll wait for sales confirmation in 15 resistance. What's that on GJ? Or GJ's close quite strong, and again, I'll be looking for rejection in this zone or potential opportunities to sell it. There, all good. Elites catch yesterday, so nice bottom on trend line 33.03. Nice one. And then got out so early. Yeah, it happens, man. Still profit's profit, so you should be happy. Cash is this go up to 33.80. Needs to get above 33.47 first, 47.50. And if it does so, it's got another level to contend with at around at 33.60 to 70. So again, unfortunately, I don't have crystal ball. I can't tell you. If I did, I'd tell you right now if we should be buying or selling it, irrespective of any confirmation. Yeah, coins. Sorry, man.
Sorry, I need to leave.
Not a problem, mate. All good.
I will be back. You will make a NY session today?
Pre MY. It won't be an MY call. Yeah, it'll be some call, but I'm not too sure what time. But I'll let you guys know.
Okay, thank you very much.
Not a problem, man. You take care.
Yeah, bye.
Cheers, mate.
Bye.
Have a good one. Yeah, cash coins, my analysis, I don't know because I don't look that far ahead. I'm focused on the most recent price action, that's it. But Xauusd, but that's what I talk about breaking it. I still expect it still function as support indeed. Oh yeah, for Bitcoin. Yeah, that's fair enough. That's what I would be expecting if it is to continue bullish. P43M ZZZ, what would you recommend dealing with nerves when you have a trade? Well, if you're really nervous in a trade, then perhaps you're over risking, to be honest. You maybe you've, well, you know, put on a too big a lot size for you to sit there calmly, because the fact of the matter is, if you're following your plan and, you know, it just tends to work for you, then you shouldn't be nervous in a trade. You should just be executing upon your confirmation. And if you are nervous, maybe because you've jumped in a little bit too quick, and I'm not talking about the particular trade, but I'm talking about, you know, into live trading or taking, you know, such a substantial position on a particular strategy or trade type that you're not that familiar with. So there isn't, I mean, you just got to trust your analysis. There's unfortunately no magic button that you can press that will change everything. Again, for me, it came with time, plain and simple. That's when I became more confident, more relaxed on the charts. This is the point. You need to journal, and it's imperative, to be honest. It's tedious, it's boring, it takes time, I understand, and you can't be bothered. But trust me, at the end of the day, you'll benefit greatly from it, because you're going to start to see some familiar patterns within your trading, what tends to work for you, maybe what doesn't. And what you're going to do is focus on what works for you. Then you're also going to be a lot more comfortable and confident in your trades if you stick to that particular edge. So that's what you need to do. It's a grind. It is boring, I understand, but it's also going to stop you from doing stupid shit on the chart, like, you know, over trading, jumping straight back in. And if you've got the data to back it up, then you should not be that nervous when it comes to being stuck in it, well, being in a trade. You should just execute again according to the plan. So perhaps maybe you're jumped in a little bit too soon, I'm not too sure, but that's probably the best advice I can give in regards to that. But it's a fair question, good question, I appreciate it. Those crypto man try selling Bitcoin in 2001 when it doubled. Oh mate, that's a tough one, isn't it? And when it's matching into, yeah, I remember those times as well, mate. If only. What can you do? No point. I'm gonna lie, I do cry about. No, I don't. Tell you what, when you think about it, makes you want to cry though, doesn't it? But what can you do? It is what it is. Unfortunately, can't change, can't turn back time. Sorry guys, let me get back to the chat. Mario, school is cooking me a missing London session. Yeah, school is overrated. Don't let your teachers hear that. But good on you for learning at a young age. It's a skill, if you can acquire it and understand it and make it work for you, it's a skill you carry for the rest of your life, and hey, the sky's the limit. So good to have you on the call. Trading with Nick, favorite, is gold your favorite to trade? Yes it is. Me high on gold, 15-minute resistance for sell. Yeah, not sure what that's in reference to be honest. The resistance, I mean, that was, you've got minor resistance just here. Tony Gbpjpy, do you leave a trade in for a long time or get out quickly? Most of my trades are done with, you know, within one 15-minute candle, sometimes 30, sometimes 5 minutes, sometimes 1 minute. But for the most part, I'm correct, 80 more than 80% of the time. So again, I'm a scalper, so I'm not fussed about holding trades forever. I have a realistic target. For instance, if I happen to get involved in a trade here, I wasn't on the chart for it. I was around, but wasn't really that focused. My overall target would have been the 4-hour resistance here, but for sure I would have secured in between the majority of it. But it all depends. Some of my wins are smaller ones, some of them are, like yesterday was a big one. That was the biggest one for the year. And the one on stream yesterday was a solid one, not a huge one, but just standard trade. Still quite self-sleep about it every night. Oh mate, yeah, I'm more about Solana, what could have been. Stoof DMB, g'day to you. AJ Stars, g'day to you. Welcome guys. KJL, do you see gold bullish today? I do see gold bullish. So looking for options to buy. So far, this was the only decent option to counter and sell it just there, but I wasn't really watching it, wasn't that focused on it. All good. We are coming down to support soon, so potentially anyway. AJ Styles, Pleasure. P43M Triple Z, thank you. I've only been live trading a couple of months. Yeah, just take your time with it, mate. Just take your time with it. It will be nerve-wracking at the beginning. Honestly, I remember the early days sitting there, and it was because I was over risking, and I was sweating. No matter, you know, how cold or warm it was outside, I'd be hands were sweaty because I wasn't ready at the time, to be honest. AJ Styles, demand and supply and support resistance. There's a lot more to it than just that, but yes, that is part of it. P43M Triple Z, I cash out trade before my target because I think take what you can and then hit my initial target. Yeah, look, I always take partials off the table because I know I'm going to manage risk in drawdown as well. So it's good to have a plan for when price is in profit and when price is going against you. And it just depends what type of trader you want to be, whether you want to be a, you know, scalper, micro scalper, intraday trader, you know, day trade, whatever, swing trader, short-term swings. Medium 30 to close back below for anything on GJ. It's not going to do it. So we're approaching London Open. This is all right, guys. So we're coming back towards the support. Stick around. Still plenty of time. We still could find something. Sort of smiley emoji. What are you trading now? Not in any trades at a minute. 15B gold. Yep, dropping. Tony Da Vinci, do you move stop loss up as you intra? Yes, I do. I get to a certain point in profit where I move it to break even. And generally speaking, if I'm in a trade, I'm always looking to as to how I can manage risk from the get-go. So just not in this trade, guys, but just to show an example. If I was, let's just say I took a short from here, my initial stop loss is probably going to be above this M15, the previous candle. I like to use candle highs and lows, things like that. As soon as it triggers in, I would have started to manage risk and drop the stop loss to the entry candle. And furthermore, if it triggered me in and begun to flip back bullish, I probably have cut at least half, if not the whole thing. So just, you know, how I go, this is how I go about mitigating risk. So I keep my losses smaller. Therefore I can secure profits, you know, as price pushes into profit at different levels. When you entry buy, Sandro, possibly on the right confirmation from 32.20. $15B isn't gold at risk because at the moment, because it's at no. Well, it's not. First of all, it's not at all time highs, but irrespective, you just got to follow the trend, follow your analysis, and follow your signals that, you know, provide you an entry. So I've been buying gold the whole way up. I've been selling gold at, you know, times when it's in there to sell, when the structure is flipped on the mining time frame, and so on and so forth. P43M Triple Z, I do watch you every morning from the UK and you have helped me a lot. Thank you. Pleasure. Glad that you appreciate it. So thank you, my friend. But took away for long position 33.10. Okay, fair enough. A little bit lower down. AJ Styles, you new here? Are you always live? Yes, Monday to Friday. But I do Friday, I start a bit later. Tuesday and Friday, I start about 30 minutes prior to the London Open. Narinja, bro, I remember losing shaking. Yeah, I remember those times as well. I remember the times where your head would be throbbing, you couldn't sleep, thinking about the trade. I remember all those times. I remember the times I was about to give up. So we're coming to London Open, guys. GJ is back above the previous support. Nothing on GJ. Needs to close weak bullish below for me to consider anything. Gold. Yeah, it looks like it could come down to support, but it's the bottom third now. The only entry, if you wanted, but I'm not taking it because it's just too far gone, is look to sell as it breaks the low. Stop loss is huge though. That's the issue. Stop loss is very big. So not for me. I'd just rather patiently wait and see how price reacts to the support when it does form support anyway, but potentially at 33.20. The only way I may consider getting involved on a move back down to that support is if this candle closes weak bullish. That will give us a minor support within the move down. It's just a minor pause if it closes weak bullish, and then potentially sell it to begins to break that candle's low on the next M15 if it is to present. That is the only way I would consider anything. B173 GG. Or Toto. Why XP don't go moon? No idea. This is Forex, mate. This is gold actually. Dirty Nors, what time frame are you on? This is the 15-minute. Tony Da Vinci, first time watching you. I like the way you trade, my friend. Thank you. Not that I've taken anything today yet, but all good. Not fast. Welcome to chill and ask questions. Lazy Countryman Gold wants to treat previous week's high again, I think. Test, I think you mean. Previous week's high again. Yeah, I think it is pulling back to it, isn't it? Let's just mark that in. Yeah, potentially. It lines up with this level of resistance. It's not yet retested it, so potentially yes, but that could be a level it decides to park at and form support. Dirty Noise, do you trade crypto? Nah, not really. If I was to trade it or look for anything right now, I'd be definitely only considering buys on Bitcoin, and that'd be upon the pullback to potentially retest the previous all-time high. Not sure why I got it that deep, to be honest. Anyway. Mahi, 1 hour time frame, reckon it will push down to 3,300. The 1 hour. Yeah, I mean, it's a possibility that it could push down to that level. It's got a bit of support here to contend with prior to that though. Just more evident on the 30 and 15. But again, look, who knows if it actually will come back down to that point though. I'm assuming maybe you're in the trade and that's where you're targeting. Tony Da Vinci, do you mark up support and resistance on the day charts, then go back to the 50? Not the daily. I do look at the daily, definitely look at it, see its structure and see the way the candle itself is forming and how the previous one closed. What sort of probabilities I have in regards to the higher time frame picture, but the zones are marking more on the 4 hour, 30 and 15. But often anyway, the 4 hour will line up with the daily zone. DS Nivek, morning from SA. Thank you for your education. Good to have you here, my friend. Appreciate your approach to training. My pleasure, mate. Laser Crypto Man, key level in the market 33, 25, 39, previous week's open. Yeah, it's just pushing through it at the minute. So again, I'm more focused on the next support. Guys on TikTok, don't forget to follow if you're not done so, and eventually make sure to sub to the YouTube stream as well, just in case I get banned at some point. Dirty North, do you trade indexes? No. All I personally trade is gold and GJ when that's the secondary pair, but for the most part it's been shit of late. It's been very difficult to trade. It's been in heavy consolidation. It just makes massive moves without any real confirmation. It's just the pair I've been trading since I started scalping. I'm familiar with it. I know when it's temperamental and it's best to leave it alone. But I know when it provides opportunities, it can sometimes give some really nice strong moves. So I still do keep an eye on that, and otherwise gold gives me normally plenty of chances. And I like the fact that it moves quickly, so the results quite quick in, you know, win, lose or draw. 11 do people tune in from TikTok? There's been a few crossed over from TikTok to YouTube. There's Cryptoman, thought he might have wants to come back for a retest. Yeah, well, is respecting it, so yes, potentially. But the current structure within a daily candle is to the downside, so it's need to see maybe a little bit more for any buy from the current level, because I would also just, you know, having the back of my mind that there still is the possibility for it to come back down to the 4 hour support before it bounces. So Da Vinci, all good, mate. I hope to catch you again. We'll be on tomorrow from about 30 minutes prior to London Open. So thank you, mate. Make sure to follow. And yeah, I'll catch you around. Dirty North, scalper. Not a micro scalper. So don't go down to the 1 minute and lowest still goes to 5 minute, but that's rarely. That's just to add confluence to an entry, but not to really give me my actual catalyst. Sandra and nothing at the minute. And the only thing I could have taken, but I wasn't really paying attention, was that it is what it is, all good. Because that's a familiar setup within price action for me. Had a weak pause after a move. In this case, to the downside. Formed a weak support, long upper wicks, just grab liquidity from the upside from this previous zone. Therefore, if the new counter was to create a little bit of an upper wick and break, that was probably a decent opportunity, to be honest, but all good. $11.11, how many platforms are you streaming on? Just 2, mate. YouTube and TikTok. TikTok's where it's at. But I appreciate all the support, so there's no need to stress it, especially if, I don't know, for me, for maybe some of you as well. We may have had a really good week. That trade yesterday for me, honestly, I could have been done for the week off that. I could have been done for a few weeks off that, to be honest. That was my biggest trade of the year. So there's no need to stress it. There's no need to do anything impulsive, reckless. Just wait for your setup to present. Would have been the same today had I've got involved. It was well off the chart once this counter was beginning to break, though. Actually, what, as it was breaking, that's when I had to get moving. A lot of people does 30 lot as sized lot. Is that true? People, huh? You mean some people with 30? Yeah, for sure it's true. I've seen some people with 100 lots. Yeah, it's not. Of course, you know, if you've got the equity in your account, of course you can. You just got to have the margin to do it. The leverage and also the margin in your account. The most I've traded was 8. That's the most. All right, JJ rejecting just now. So we've had, or we're approaching news here for the euro. So watch the pound as well, because I guarantee you it's going to make some sort of move. Spreads are going to widen. In fact, I'm just going to look at it. Probably more so when the German news is released. But even now, GJ's, see my broker, it's popping up and down a little bit. FM, 1 trade per week, 30 lots is amazing. Well, that's all you need, really. If you're trading 30 lots and you have a really good win, I mean, it's likely going to be more than enough. Yeah, so it's popping about a bit. Again, got news coming, so it's a little bit indecisive. So the first of the high impact news is upon us, guys. So be careful if you are in trades when it comes to the euro or the pound. Don't worry about gold. It's not going to really, it shouldn't impact gold. You're gonna see spread has widened on GJ and my broker. Did for a second. Still not bad. Still at a pip, about pip and a half. Which is a little wider than usual. What's the euro up to? Not much. Maybe it's waiting for the German news. Alright, so we need to get that weak bullish pause here, so let's see, maybe it's going to come back down to the support. Alright, so next thing I really want to see in GJ is bearish engulfing here. But we do need to bear in mind there is news to come at the closure of this M30. But if it does close bearish engulfing, I will consider options. Definitely need an upper wick on the new candle, seeing there is euro news about. And I may consider an entry as it begins to break the low of what will be the catalyst if it does present. So we'll just wait and see for that. Just give me a minute, guys. I'll be back very quickly. All right, what's going on, team? Anyone currently running any trades? Let us know. I'm sure some of you are. Don't be shy. If you have opportunity to say you're 60 pips up, 100 pips up, let us know. For me, nothing at the minute. Just waiting here on gold and potentially JJ as well. Just waiting to see how this candle closes. Let's set an alert on JJ. We'll focus on gold. The Ranger Pro, most of the gold and silver have same pattern. Yeah, for the most part. But sometimes, well, a lot of time actually, of late, you see gold will trend ahead of silver, and silver will still be consolidating or lagging. But yes, for the most part, they will move in unison. Gold moves up, silver tends to move up. When you really know it's in a massive bull market is when silver starts to outpace and go ahead of gold as far as the moves. That's when you really know things are wow. Okay. For me, to be honest, I don't want it to happen anytime soon. I still want to accumulate, but if it happens, it happens. Not much you can do about it. Silver, the level here on silver is, I think it's around at 34 level. It needs to break this. Well, obviously 33.70. Yeah, 34.50. 30, around 35. If it breaks that, then it's on for young and old. Still respecting that previous weekly high here on gold. Interesting. Could we get that bullish engulfing, which may present an option? Keep a little bit of an eye on that. Still, the preference is for it to come down a little bit lower, but again, it is approaching that previous weekly high and so far respecting it, forming support above it, which is obviously daily resistance there to the left. And it has to be perfect because otherwise I would prefer us to come down to the 4-hour level. So if it does engulf, close bullish engulfing, then we've got a liquidity counter as well. So it's broken a low. It was to now continue bearish. It really has not much of a need to pop up, break the high, and close above that previous candle's high. If it does so, I feel there's a high probability that so long as the new candle creates a lower wick and begins to break above what will be the catalyst candle's high, there could be potential room for it to push up the back of that. Dirty Norse, leverage 1 to 30, 30 to 1. Mark, yep, fair enough. Loyalty family, AU. Seems to be stuck in this range for quite some time now. 4-hour level. But seeing you asked, let me look at it. Weekly is forming bullish. Still an inside bar candle. Respecting resistance here to the left, which is a good thing on the high time frame picture if you are looking for longer term holds, but the daily is just a mess. Consolidation, weak bullish closure in the previous daily. It's marking that candle's low and see what's below it. 4-hour quickly structure on the daily was bullish. 4-hour is where I see it, it's bullish, marking the highs there as resistance, support, most recent, and 30 is, in my opinion, also technically bullish. So in AU, the confirmation where structural flip back bearish is below the support at the current daily low. If it does begin to pop below the daily low, retest it and pull away, it's likely going to retest the previous daily candle's low, that weak bullish candle, and then could off the back of that continue to the downside. So to me, I'd be looking for buys above the support here at 64,295 and sells below that point. Sells below it, buys above. Any other options? Potentially above the most recent resistance, seeing we have created a higher high. We did flip the structure back bullish on the M30. Yeah, so I'd be looking for potential buys above 64.58, 518 to take back up towards the previous daily high. Hopefully that helps. Wow, look at gold bouncing. Well, it's made the move within this candle, so it's formed that liquidity grab, broke the low, or high, low, low. Has no need for was to continue bearish to break the high of the previous candle, and it's now pushing. That's another thing you learned on this stream. Just so happened to happen at a level that I wasn't comfortable with it happening at. I would have preferred for it to happen down here, either at support or above or below it. All right, so not much we can do there, but we can reassess, we can plan. We'll wait for this candle to close and we'll see what we can come up with. It may be pullback sells, or it could be waiting for a little pause again on the 15, and then off the back of that, possible buys, but wait and see. Don't stress it, we just sit patiently and wait. Yeah, you're in gold. Nice one. Went gold to 2800. I would love for that to happen, to be honest. Laser Crypto Man, not just yet, mate. Not just yet. You need a lot more these days to retire than what you would have in the past, so let's just chill. Let's not get to 100 just yet. And I think 100 is just the beginning, to be honest. But the thing is, if that's the case, then gold's going to be through the roof as well. And not only that, it just means that money's going to be worth less and less. Inflation is probably going to be through the roof. You know, what's current VIX these days? Here in Oz, you're looking about $6 for a dozen or something like that. I don't know. That would be like, you know, you'd be looking at probably $10 a carton and things like that, which I did get out to recently, but maybe even more, $15. So that's the only thing. So I just wanted to hang around where it's at. I wanted to drop a bit so I can still accumulate. Expect 300, yeah. I reckon 3 to 5. I'm talking about US dollars, so really need that golf enclosure on GJ, otherwise it's just a bit of a mess at the minute. Yep, US, agreed. Monty, thank you for sharing the live, appreciate it. Thank you to the new followers as well. So welcome guys, I do this on a daily. Probably the most disciplined trader you'll come across. Doesn't mean I don't make mistakes, but it's very rare that I will do anything reckless or very strict with my approach of things. So maybe not the most exciting way to go about things, but when you do get involved in trades, you know there's a really good chance of it being a nice win. So that's what I do. There's not much margin on gold here. GJ. Or is it going to close below that level? Let's watch GJ because it looks like it's trying, but again, we've got high impact news to come, so we need to ensure the news is out. We need to ensure price is creating up a wick. But first things first, I wanted to close right near the low of that bullish candle in the next minute and 15 seconds. Laser Crypto Man, see silver going up tenfold before. Yeah, so do I. It's a lot. I mean, realistically, it could. Who knows? Gold could get to 31 at some point. I'm of the belief 10k is very realistic. Doesn't mean it's going to happen anytime, just yet, anytime soon, but. Alright, so it's popping back up here, so it doesn't look like it will be valid. But you can see what I mean, guys. Oh, maybe it will. Simple rules. I have the plan. I wait for the rules to be met, and if it does, then I'll go down to my terminal and look for a potential option. So I wanted to drop in the next 15 seconds. Let's see if it can do it. Rejecting that the range above. Oh man, pop back up towards the end of it. So we've got high impact news for the euro now. Spreads not bad on GJ. It's popped straight down either way. Definitely need an upwick, so not much you can do about that. That stock the whole thing when there's news about. It's prone to these sort of moves, so not easy to get involved just there. Gold. Need to wait for a pause here. If this candle now closes weak bearish, then I could look for a buy in the following candle, and that's probably the last potential option for now. So again, I'm just waiting for familiar patterns to win price action for me. $30. Why is people call gold a Forex? It isn't commodities. Don't get it. Yeah, it's technically not Forex, but it's just associated with it. Suppose it's been traded along with it forever. Crypto's come along more recently, so obviously a lot of the brokers will Forex, commodities, and all that are mixed in. For me, gold is real money. Gold is God's money. Gold is proper tangible asset. It's a precious metal. It's a commodity. It's whatever you like to call it. To me, it's money. On the paper, fake crap. Can't print gold. But yeah, you're not wrong. It's technically not. I mean, maybe because it's traded against the US dollar. Alright, so let's see. If it closes weak bearish, this is pretty much how it wants to close. Still got 12 minutes left though, so I could do anything. Hi GJ, sell soon. Off the back of. I know it's popped straight down and now popped up, creates up a wick, but it's GJ, it's not gold. It's going to move now at distance just to trigger back in. I would not feel happy about that. Plus with all the news about, and there is more to come still for the pound in just under an hour. Sorry, some more news also for the euro in 30 minutes, just under. When this candle gets closer to its close, I'll use the fib and I'll mark in the 0.382, and I want to see price close bearish above the 0.382. That will give me a signal to look for a buy if that was to present on the following candle. But again, still got more than 10 minutes remaining, so I could do anything just yet. Could flip back bullish, make move up. Not going to be in it if that's the case, or could close strong bearish, and I won't set the order if that is to be the case. I need to wait still yet again. Senzu, would you ever buy someone's failed bids? Never even thought about anything like that. Are we gonna pop back down to the 4-hour level first? I gotta bail out somehow. Alright guys, just under 9 minutes. Let's see if we can find an entry still in gold here. 0, yeah, I've already priced the trade in sell. Well done. With JJ coming back towards its low again. So interesting. Drop down, pop back up, creates up a wick. If this was gold, I'd be looking to trade it. Don't trust it as much on GJ when it's had to have come from quite a distance back, to be honest, especially back below, from back above, sorry, this support. I know it's rejecting the support it broke out of earlier. Still got 7.5 minutes, so I could still potentially make the move. But again, my focus is gold here. Alright, so let's use the Gbpjpy here. Let's just say, bear in mind the high and low could still shift, and then we'll have to adjust it yet again. Always do this the wrong way. Oh, wrong way. Alright, so from high to low, what I want to see is I want to see price close weak bearish above the 0.382. What that does is give me a minor pause after a strong bullish candle bouncing off that previous weekly high, the open and the high. Never create that up, boy. If it does create that minor pause, so that is to me a minor resistance, and if price was to begin to pop above that minor resistance, after it having left a long low wick, that was just grab some liquidity from the downside. If we were to break it, it'd be a high probability we could push enough for me to take some profit off the table. So the close, for instance, around here, I'd be waiting for low wick. As price begins to break above, that would be my target lever runner for the zone higher up. Once again, simple rule. No, not sure. Should I, could I, would I? It's just, that's the rule. If it ticks off, I will look to take a trade. Not, no entry. Fully aware that there's still a chance for it to come down, retest this support. And if it was to present at the support, that'd be even better. So I'm not fussed. There's just under 5 minutes remaining. For closes like this, there's no entry. Sarah, not today. Haven't yet. I know what you're gonna say next. Never take a trade, but if that's the case, you obviously don't stick around long enough. Alright, GJ dropping. Okay. That's another price action catalyst you learned about on this stream. Wow, look at that. Ooh. Tapping into target 2 shortly. Oh, GJ. Alright, just under 4 minutes, guys. Ali, did you manage to get a buy from 23? No, I'm waiting for this count to close. If it closes like so, that'd be perfect in just under 2 minutes from now. So once close above the 0.382 from top to bottom of this candle, that will give me a signal. I would suggest it's a weak pause after a strong bullish engulfing candle. And if the back of that structure is still bullish, that could be enough for us to push back up to at least 33.33. So just now gonna check what levels they are on my broker. I was 33.30.4. So roughly 33.30.6. Stop back below the low. Need a lower wick on the entry candle. And I can perhaps manage to trade off the back of the lower wick formation of the entry candle. But still a minute left, guys. So it has to close. Can't close below that horizontal. Again, it's rule-based trading. Trust me, you'll appreciate it after a while. Doesn't mean it wouldn't work, but there's a higher chance of it working if you just let the rule be, wait patiently for it to be ticked off. Orange gold gonna pop up. Potentially, let's mark in a 0.5. I mean, that's the other level. It's still technically valid, it's just not as solid. Alright, it's going to close in between. Now it's closed right at 0.5. Technically not valid, guys. And rules are rules. Alright. The only thing I can wait for is a bullish engulfing. If it goes, it goes. There's nothing to do about it. Again, it's just rule-based trading. Okay, I think it will still come down a little. Maybe it spikes into the zone. It's already London open, mate. It's been open for 47 minutes, but yeah, there's still a chance it could drop to that zone before it heads up. That's why I have to be very strict with the rules that I know would work in this sort of situation, or more probable to work in this situation. And if not, all good. Not fast, because I can just go have a little break. Don't want to be on the charts for hours on hours on end. You need to take breaks in between. So I would, if that was the case, just go off, make some dinner here personally, and jump back on for a session with the members a little bit later on. See where the markets are at. Ali, Asia at the moment is the best, I agree. Make some cracking moves during the Asian session. It trends more for the most part. Global information. Waiting for the buyers, to be honest. Ali, thank you for the stickers, appreciate it. So now you're buying. No, I'm waiting for the closure. Closed a little bit too strong, this candle. So I'm just waiting to see if it closes above. That will close the hourly bullish as well. Would prefer the engulfing 15, to be honest. So, GJ dumping, is it continuing? Yeah, so obviously pop straight down the back of the news that you opened with that previous 30, pop back up, broke its own law again. Lemon, what? Gold? Because it's not valid in accordance to my plan. Again, you're following along, you should have seen what I was looking for. Just waiting for this count to close above the point. Create 2 of the fib to look for a buy stop above its high. It's not done so, so again I follow my rules. It could make the move, that's fine, but it's just, it hasn't ticked the box in accordance to my rules. And the thing is, if I broke my rules and it doesn't work, I'd be pissed off at myself, so that's why. And it's all about discipline and patience. I'm fully aware of it, and I'm more than happy just to follow my plan, follow my rules, and not worry if it goes without me, or who knows, it could still dump. Either way, I'm not in it just yet. ByBit service, gold. Oh, yeah, there's so many chances. That's the thing, exactly. 100% there, and there's chances, plenty of opportunities. So even if you miss one and you think at the time, you look back and like, oh, I should have taken it, but you didn't, so it is what it is. You just got to move on. And if at the time it just didn't tick the box, again, you just move on and you wait for something that does. And the only decent entry I see so far today was there. I wasn't really interested at the time, but chose not to take it at the time, so I wasn't really focused on it, to be honest. Doesn't mean I say, right, I missed that, so I've got to try to somehow now sell it while it's moving down, or same thing to the upside. If this pumps just now, not at all bothered, because this one to me doesn't tick the box, but it could potentially tick the box shortly in 8 minutes, just over 8 minutes. Learn how many trades it's taken this week? 3. Last week it was 6 or 7. All but 1 on stream. And the only one that wasn't on, well, the one taken away from stream was a loss. All the other trades were wins. Actually, 1 break even. 5 wins, 1 break even, and 1 loss for last week, I think it was. All the wins were on stream. And this week, 1 win and 1 loss on stream. And 1 win away. And that 1 loss was a stupid loss because I broke my rule, so it still happens. It rarely happens for me, but just goes to show why I have them when I do break them. You know, if you feel shit after it, if it's a loss. Still feel shit really if it's a win because you realize it's a shit trade. I even said it on the stream at times, shit trade, shouldn't be in it, but still got a very small lot size, but still it's irrelevant. It's just bad habits, that's what it was, but I hold myself accountable. I put my hand up. And then since the last 2 trades, when I've stuck to the rules, have been flawless, absolutely flawless. So let's see, 6 minutes, guys, just over 6 minutes. Roll and buy, but potentially in 5.5 minutes, but not just yet. Humi, good morning to you. Welcome. We had confirmation on trades. Potentially soon. We were looking at potential gold entries, but not quite. Nothing's quite been ticked off just yet, so waiting to see if this closes now. Preferably bullish engulfing, if not very close to it, and then could have a valid entry in just over 4 minutes from now. So potentially looking at some buys on gold and GJ. Made a pretty nice move, but lots of news about for euro and pound, and the euro news, the high impact news anyway, does affect the pound as well generally. FX Spectre, g'day to you, welcome. All good, mate, hope you're well. Humi, all good. Stavros, we have a clear bearish divergence in MACD, hourly bro, daily is in a bear trend for our... Okay, if that's your, you know, analysis, not a problem, mate. By all means, I see it differently. I see the daily is in a massive uptrend. And that won't flip until below 29.60, really. The way I see it. Again, many different ways you can skin a cat. I don't use indicators, they're lagging. I just don't see a need for it. I use pure price action. Ali looks like could be closing bullish, but again, simple rule, I wanted to close up near that horizontal. If not, there is no entry. So I'm not fussed by it. If it provides a signal, I'm happy to take it. If it doesn't, I'm happy to chill. Kind of mixed up. Yeah. I mean, the way the dailies are forming just now, I know it's bullish, but within it, structure is forming bearish. If had high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So that's the concern. It could pull back to create another lower high. And again, I'm fully aware it could pop back down to 33.20 before it bounces. So it is the 4-hour support. So again, I've got a clear rule here and it ticks the box. Great, I'll look to take an entry. If not, there is no entry. Okay, what's the name of that? I need to get in it. What? The pair? This is gold. XAU USD spot gold. Oh, it's popping now. I can see it, my MetaTrader. Alright, could get a signal here. It's going to close the hourly strong bullish as well. Can't pull back though. Has to close right near the high. FX Spectre, yeah, this is the only correction, but gonna wait for some impulse that I see that money is still in. But fair enough. That's totally fair enough. Gold does not have a lower wick in a daily. Doesn't necessarily need one. You guys know, you know, those who follow me for a while now know exactly what I think about that, how I feel about it. The weekly doesn't have one, and it's not likely to create one. The previous weekly had no upper wick, didn't create one. Obviously now it's popped above that level. But I see those a little bit differently to others as well. I use the fib very differently to others. It's the only indicator I use, but it's not, again, it's not to for entry points. It's to determine whether I've got a valid entry or not based off the strength of a candle. Right now, there is no entry. It's obviously rejecting. It's not closing above the level I want it to close above. And that's it. Not much I can do about it, guys. So, back to that. That will be a wrap on things for today for me. Alright. So, GJ, I'll be looking for it to pull back, form resistance. Once again, below that 192.30 roughly for a potential option to sell it. Otherwise, is there clean track below support? There is. Yeah, I'll be, well, it's actually 50-minute support. Look, closures below it wouldn't be bad, I feel. 192.03, maybe 192 flat, psychological round number. Actually, just quickly on GJ, 30-minute structure, where's that going to flip now? Oh, 2 consecutive. Actually, no, there is. It'll flip back above this resistance, but for the sake of it, you're running straight into another level, so I'd be looking for buy still above 192.730. And gold, for the time being, I would really like for it to come down, tap into the support, and maybe provide a similar signal to what we're just looking for from that level. Otherwise, still that could be a potential entry point above 30.5 roughly. But all good. Good day of patience and discipline, just sticking to my rules, following the plan. You know, sometimes we get some cracking entries, sometimes there is no entry, sometimes it's, you know, doesn't end up being a win. But for the most part, we know if we sit tight, wait for the right signal, you know, there's an 80+% chance we'll have a win on the stream. So guys, if you're not done so, don't forget to follow YouTube. Thank you to those of you who have stuck by the whole stream, appreciate it. I'll be on tomorrow from 30 minutes prior to the London Open. Guys, if you want to know any more about what I do, ByBit and all that, obviously TikTok link is in my profile, and YouTube, you can find all that, those details below. My guys, I'll see you in probably about an hour and 20, an hour and 30 from now for a live call. We'll have a look at the markets and see if anything is presenting, and otherwise I'll catch you all tomorrow. Take care, trade safe, don't do anything stupid, be patient, let the trades come to you, don't go hunting. Zara, yep, that's a good way to go about. Guys, take care, have a good one, cheers, bye for now.